1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Out there in Banjo land, Mike Heading here, coming today with the old song Jimmy Brown The Newsboy in the key of C. We're going to kind of work up at an intermediate level version, maybe advanced beginner. I think you can get this one with some practice. We're just in standard G tuning, but we're going to be thinking in the key of C and getting some really good practice playing some melodies up on the first string. We're going to learn the first solo down the neck, and then the second solo playing that same melody up the neck. Really good position practice, taking stuff you know down the neck here and transferring it up the neck. I'll break down both the solos note for note just as I played at the beginning of the video, and then we'll break down the backup. There's just two chords for the song, C and G, but we'll show you some backup stuff you can do. Again, taking some of these position ideas and applying them to both chords is really good practice. Really classic Scruggs style backup, taking licks like this, for example, and moving them to G. And again, we're going to do some of that in the backup section, taking some of these position ideas and moving them between the two chords. Really good practice. All right, enough talking. Here's Jimmy Brown The Newsboy in the key of C. Here we go. All right, let's start breaking down this first solo to Jimmy Brown The Newsboy. Let's play like the first 9 measures. That'll kind of give you like the opening melody, and then we'll start breaking it down. Here we go. Here we go. Do it again really slowly. 1. Okay, so this opening melody line is basically going to transition between two positions. Very common playing in the key of C. We're going to be kind of working out of this C chord down here, and then essentially this C bar chord up here. But a lot of times how I do it, and a lot of players do it, is they won't play it with just one finger, maybe like as you learn as a beginner. You probably know this, but again, what I recommend is like sliding your third finger up from the 2nd fret to the 5th fret, and then letting your middle finger take over. And if you need that lower note, you can grab with your index finger. But this is a very common shape. Kind of transition between these. You've probably done it maybe up in G, right? Like if you play like a song like Lonesome Road Blues or any of those songs. Very common to do that little transition. So that's kind of I think the first step is just figuring out the positions. It'll make the solo a lot easier. We're going to basically be transitioning between those two shapes. Okay, let's break down the basic melody real quick. So the basic melody is... the basic melody, and then we're going to repeat that. So that's the melody we're going to try and play with this song. The verse and the chorus have the same melody for this song. So we're going to start with this little pickup in C. On the and to beat 1, we're going to hit the index finger of your left hand, 1st fret, 2nd string. So 1, and then 3 quarter notes in a row, open 3rd string, 2nd fret, and then open 2nd string. Basically walking back up to this melody note. So we're kind of just starting with it and then walking back up to it like this. 1. And then into measure 2, we play that note again so you can hear how it resolves. Not too hard. If you want to take that offbeat pickup out, you could. You could just go 1 like that. but that offbeat pickup gives it a little bit more bluegrass flavor. The other way you could do it is with both notes down, like your 2-finger C. You might also hear it like that sometimes. So try it either way and see what you like. I'm using my thumb 4 times in a row there after my initial index finger of my right hand. And then I do thumb here with my right hand, same C shape. Then go up and do a forward roll. Hit the 5th string again, transition up to this 5th fret, 3rd finger, and play middle thumb. So you have. And the melody there we're trying to play, remember, is just. So we're kind of going up those notes. So what I would do is accent here, so I'm getting this note, and then accent here. Next measure, keep your 3rd finger down if you can, but then reach your pinky up to the 7th fret. And you can't take your ring finger off if you need to for a quick second, but we're going to go 7, 5, and then back to that shape and roll forward through T-I-M-T. Very common shape. Again, it's just working out of this bar shape here. You've probably done it up here, right? Something like that, like a lick like that. It's the same exact shape, but now we're just playing it on a C. You also do it up here, right? Which we'll break down in the second solo. So again, learn to recognize these as positions. Because then you can, once you get it down, you can do that lick wherever you want, right? You could do it in D. The 5th string might not always work, but there's little modifications you can make. But again, just start to recognize those as little positions. And then there's a lot of things you can do with that. Backup ideas, right? Once you have those 2 shapes down, anything you can play out of those, you can do it wherever you want. So it's a really handy skill if you can learn to recognize that chord shape. It's not just this random 7th fret and 5th fret. You're visualizing this bar shape here, and that's the chord we're playing out of. So we're going to go. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 and is how you count that. Then come back down, use this 5th string to come back down, and then go. Very common way to play it. So now we're playing the melody on the 1st string, right? Oh, actually, we were playing the melody mostly on the 1st string in the first part as well, but you can just, good practice rather, to play that melody on the 1st string. So I'm hammering on, open 2. What I also do is I get this finger down first. So I'm kind of coming from here, right? And I just immediately snap down to this shape. I find for me, if I have my index finger down first, doing that hammer-on's a little bit easier. So I go. So I hammer on, open 2, and then I roll forward, put your pinky down up on the 3rd fret of the 1st string, and then take it off and pinch. So you basically hammer on, keep it down, and then add your pinky and take it off. Don't rush that hammer on. And then open, now we're going to G, so we're going to go open, D string, 1st string, and then a 2, 3 hammer on, just filling up the melody here, and then outside strings. So that sounds like this. And then a backslide 4, 2 on the 3rd string. So we kind of want to hear. So we're just playing that with more like a slide and a roll. And then we do the outside strings again. Roll forward. So I kind of just roll like 2 to 3 there, slide 2 to 3. And I put my index finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string. Kind of like just a classic G lick. So those 2 measures sound like this. Okay, so one thing about that backslide is don't slide too quick. Get enough of that first note. Right? Otherwise, if you slide too quick, you don't get the reference. So it's. And then right here, just keep your 1st finger down and slide it up to the 3rd fret. And then put your ring finger on the 5th fret of the 1st string. So we're kind of walking up these notes. And we're doing it with like a roll to start. And then move your index finger to the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And it's basically you're just thinking out of this F-shaped chord here, but we're just playing with these 2 fingers. So we have. So we go. So let's put those 2 measures. Actually, let's put all 3 of those measures together. So we have. And then like a little response lick, we're going to go 5th fret, and then 5th fret open. So just kind of filling that up. And then a 2 open pull off down here. I'm going to use my 1st finger. You could also go back to your 3rd finger, but I think it's easier to just go. You're right here, right? So you go. And then right here, we're going to land on the 1st fret 2nd string to end with a C. And you could either use your thumb of your right hand or index finger. I kind of like using my thumb though. So I'm going middle, middle, thumb, middle, index. And you could try different combinations of your right hand there if you don't like what I wrote. But you could also go. Use your thumb twice, but I don't know. This is what I wrote is what felt most comfortable for me personally. And then just like a little fill lick, just like a classic little Scruggs fill lick, a little cool single string lick there too. That'd be a good one. That's a great backup lick as well. So that's kind of like the first 9 measures. Here we go. Go back up to measure 2. Let's do it a little faster.